broke Suzuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman. Rob Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote the
All
script.
right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Hello Jeff. Save 20% off your first meal box with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 471, I think.
That's what it says on the computer.
Okay. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
I'm back. And I'm Brian.
Oh my gosh, we have everybody here.
Everybody except for your gallbladder.
That's right.
Let's have a breath of silence for Jason's gallbladder.
Jason is not the full man he used to be.
No, I'm not.
3/4 of a brigger.
Yes. We were not here last week because my gallbladder decided to say, fuck you, and go into...
beating up your pancreas.
Yes. So last Sunday night, I had a bad case of just stomach and back pain, and then by Wednesday morning, I was in surgery. So not like emergency surgery, but it was definitely... they're like, it's not emergency surgery yet, but we want to get you in there. So, and then they couldn't believe like I had pancreatitis because I don't drink much, hardly at all. And they're like,
Lies.
no, I really don't. It's maybe, and my wife's like, he has maybe like 3 beers a month. Like it's rare. And they're like, oh, so you don't drink? And she's like, not really. And so they're like, we don't know why you have pancreatitis then.
What is pancreatitis?
Basically, your pancreas is inflamed.
Oh, I thought that was pancreatitis.
Whatever. Shut up.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Just because you're married to a doctor,
She's not a doctor.
but she plays one on TV.
Correct.
Shut up.
She plays one for the podcast.
That's right. That's Dr.
She
Bednar,
plays
too.
one on a podcast.
So basically, they realized that the gallbladder was inflaming it, so my pancreas. So that's what the story was. So, yeah, that was a fun 5 days. And then my blood pressure wouldn't go down for days upon days. Because I don't know if you guys know this. I'm a little anxious. I'm an anxious person.
You?
Yeah, I
No.
I know. I don't know if you know this. I probably should take some medicine for it, for anxiety. So that did not help.
Yeah, we're talking over with my sister, and she's like, yeah, he just gets well worked up. And it's like, we don't get that way. Our family never
Gets worked up.
worked up.
No.
Well, my
Oh,
issue.
something's happening. Yay.
My issue is I just think, like, it's not even so much something's happening. It's like I then snowball it into, oh, my God, this could happen, or this could
Spiral
happen.
out. You think
Yeah.
of the worst possible
Yep.
thing
Yeah. So,
instead of thinking, I'm in the hospital under the best of care.
Yes.
It will make sure nothing goes wrong.
yes. Because, when my blood pressure got pretty high Wednesday night, the first thing I thought was, oh, fuck, I'm going to die of a heart attack or I'm going to have a stroke. And then
amputate both my feet.
and then it kept going snowball. And then by Thursday night, the nurse is like, is that what you're worried about? And I was like, yeah, kind of. And she's like, you're not going to have a stroke or a heart attack. You're fine. Like, we got you. Like, we're okay. So, but yeah, it was a little rough one. So I did go to the doctor today for a follow-up, and blood pressure did come down a lot. So that helped.
I pretty much thought as soon as you got home, your blood pressure was going to drop.
It's still like 140.
So normal.
No, my blood pressure is usually like 120 over 80, like every single time, and I've never had high blood pressure. And so I think in the hospital, the highest it got was like 185. And then it was around 160, and then stayed around 140 to 150.
I think you were just worried about how the gallbladder would affect the Hobie Awards.
I was very upset by the
I
floppy
think
awards.
that's the
yes.
number one driver.
And I
Floppy
also
awards.
was worried how taking the gallbladder out would affect me eating the snacks for the rest of our podcast career. So that hurt. So
We barely have any right now.
We've got 4 weeks worth of built-up snacks.
yes. So
So first we're going to try is some Japanese Oreos. On the box it says, I don't know.
I don't know because it's written in
It's
Japanese.
written in Japanese.
it's 280 calories.
They have panda bears on it.
I was gonna say, are you sure that's Japanese or not Chinese?
4 is 280 calories, so 70 per cookie. And I'm going to refrain from a lot of this food because I'm still like a couple days out. I may go lay down too while I record this. So it's just
Let me see the box.
eat up and see how this is because I'm not partaking in most of this. I will have a couple of these.
That's Japanese.
It is? Okay.
So we got
It was in the
chocolate
Japanese
cream.
section.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't trust American groceries. Get that stuff right. But yeah.
What we
got-
got? So it's chocolate cream.
It's chocolate cream.
Chocolate cookie.
Chocolate cookie, chocolate cream with a...
The opposite side is different from American Oreos.
We got a panda.
We got a panda bear.
Looks like a panda with a shovel or a paddle. I don't know.
Mine looks like it's a panda getting ready to eat something.
Mine looks like a panda with a paddle.
Oh, we
My-
got different
my-
pictures.
It's a panda getting ready to eat an Oreo,
That's
Yeah, but not
one.
this one.
and then he has like a guitar.
Oh,
Mine's just sitting like cross-legged and has Oreo on his like tattooed. So he might be a gang member. He might be in charge of the Oreo gang. He might be the weapons guy.
I've
Your
got
guy,
one,
Blake.
Oreo playing
Yeah.
some sort of piano or sitting in front of a table or something.
He's cutting somebody up. These are all gang.
Actually, looks like he's sewing somebody up.
Oh, maybe he's my surgeon.
He's operating on Jason.
Dr. Panda?
so these Oreos came from the Yakuza.
Yes.
Nice.
Allegedly.
There is a noticeable difference right away in the sandwich part of the cookie.
Yeah, that is not the same.
It is not the same.
Not as sweet.
You're
Yeah,
right.
not
It's not as sugary, but it's still as kind of chocolatey.
Different texture.
Uh-huh.
Kind of scares me. I haven't eaten it. I may eat it later. We'll see
I
how
like
it goes.
It's not bad
Oh,
at
yeah,
all.
I'm saying it's bad.
It's good.
I would like to try these cookies with the regular Oreo cream.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or-
this chocolate cream kind of reminds me of the hot chocolate Oreos, the cream they had in those.
Oh, man. I forgot about those. That was a couple years ago, wasn't it? The hot chocolate?
I think so.
Yeah. Because they haven't put out any new ones recently, like, or overwhelming. Like, they used to put out like 4 or 5 every season. Now we're down to like maybe 1.
One a year, man.
I think the last one was what? Old Spice or Fall Spice or Pumpkin Spice or whatever it was.
Old Spice Oreos.
That is a combination I do not want to try.
All right, this is where I got it from, right? Have you ever had Goyas? Like Goya chocolate wafer
Yes.
cookies?
Yeah.
That's what this Oreo wafer kind of reminds me of right away in regards to texture and weight. Like
think we have it.
it's not as heavy as the American Oreo cookie wafer part. So I had to look it up real quick and it was like, yeah, Goya, this is what it reminds me of. And maybe it's because it's not as bad for you. I don't know. Not as
I think we've had
heavy?
Goyas on the podcast before.
yeah, I got a roll of Goyas at home. I got to crack open. Seriously.
Roll of Goyas
No,
at home.
seriously. I got a roll of Goyas at home.
Write that down,
But
Jeff.
that's what it kind of reminds me
I need
of.
vapor.
Yeah, we don't have anything to write on.
Let me see if I can crawl over here.
Get it.
Keep talking.
Yeah, keep knocking
Oh,
the stuff
wait.
off the walls. Man, my blood pressure's going up now.
I am also currently partaking in Mountain
More.
Dew Fruit Quake.
On purpose?
It has with a blast of artificial fruit cake flavor.
Oh, I'm happy for
Wow.
you and the rest of us that only you are drinking that.
And
It's better than the Coke that
The
Doug
Dreamland
brought us.
or
The
Wonder
Dreams- yeah.
Wonder Dream or
It was
I don't
better
remember.
than that Coke. Next week we will be trying the Mountain Dew Voodoo, which is a mystery flavor.
That voodoo, Mountain Dew that you do so well.
The voodoo that Mountain Dews doos so well.
doo doo.
And it's doo-doo.
He said doo doo.
Man, when I got this Mountain Dew, I saw Fruit Quake. I didn't see Fruit Cake on it.
Oh. Fruit Quake. Yeah, that sounds great. No, it rhymes with fruit cake. No.
If there was another one in front of me, I'd drink it.
Hey, they should put that on the bottle.
If there's another Japanese Oreo in front of me, I'd eat it.
Hint, hint, hint.
Or two. Nobody else wants one. I like it.
Oh.
You know, we should do like a side-by-side comparison for sugar and fat and calories for these serving sizes.
I don't know. Do we also want to try some Pinguinos?
Those sound like something I would really want to try.
What are pinguinos?
I bet they're made of penguins.
They're a sandwich cookie that is covered in chocolate. It looks like a Hostess cupcake chocolate on top.
Or it looks like a King Don. You know, what are those?
I'm not sure where it's from. Again, I got it at Jungle Jim's.
In the international department
Ooh, it's like a fudge-covered Oreo.
with the little white
Yeah.
curly
I
cream
will
on
leave
top.
extra
Yeah.
here for Jason when he feels better to eat.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
The little
8
squigglies
minutes
on
in,
the
Jason made
King
it to the
Don.
floor.
8 minutes in, I'm laying down. I have to admit, this might be more comfortable, and we should just do this from now on.
So we're getting rid of the table?
Yeah,
We're
get rid
just
of the
gonna
table and we'll
sit
just
on
do
the floor.
bean bags.
More like a Japanese style.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you need now is some monkeys music
we
and
are
sing
huge
Lucy in
in
the Sky
Japan.
with Diamonds.
Well, I did when I went to the doctor today. I was like, hey, I'm going to be off work and all that. And he's like, yeah, I would definitely recommend that. And I was like, can I do a podcast? And he's like, well, you're sitting and talking, like basically. I think you're okay with that. And he's like, but you're probably going to be on the floor by the end of the day. So I am now. So that didn't take long. 8 minutes.
8 minutes in.
Yes. So, whew. This is comfortable though. How's the cookie? How's the Oreos?
The Pinguinos are like
sorry, Pinguinos.
a muted Oreo flavor.
Is
But
it?
the outer chocolate does taste like a Hostess cupcake icing.
I was going to ask you, it looks like a Hostess cupcake. Mm-hmm. Kind of different. Huh. The one week, the week that I can't eat, we now have like 80,000 different snacks up here.
Oh, I had these for 4 weeks, but you kept on suspending me.
It did not work.
He came back.
So while we were gone, besides snacks, did anybody watch anything? No?
I did.
Oh, what'd you watch, Brian?
I watched Bullet Train on Netflix.
I watched Bullet Train.
I watched Bullet Train.
I did not watch Bullet Train.
What'd you think, Brian?
I loved it.
It was highly entertaining.
I was very entertained. It wasn't like it didn't drag. It was almost 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I didn't feel like it. I'm very pleasantly surprised.
I enjoyed it too. I thought it was a nice, you knew what you were getting, right? It wasn't like top theater.
I didn't know what I was getting.
Well, I just meant you knew it was going to probably be fun, right?
Yeah, oh
Going
yeah.
into it.
The previews made it look fun.
Yeah. I think I wanted a little bit more comedy, maybe. I don't know, or maybe more action. I don't know.
I don't see how you get more action in it.
No.
Yeah, I was under the impression it was pretty much
Non-stop action.
Maybe I wanted
depending
more
upon
villains.
the train car he went into.
More villains.
Well, I
There
don't
was
know.
Wasn't
everybody
a
in
villain?
on the train was a
Everybody
villain.
was a villain.
That is true. I did enjoy it though. Jim, did you like it?
Yes, I highly enjoyed it.
Okay. And it's on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yep.
So highly enjoyable.
Yeah.
You caught up on Tulsa King?
I am this week's episode that came out on Sunday behind.
That's what I am too. So I think we're 5 episodes in then, Brian, you and I.
Yes.
That might be one of the most surprising, enjoyable shows I've seen all year.
Yep. Go ahead.
I was going to ask, better or worse than Yellowstone?
Yellowstone's been kind of dragging lately for me. Now, I am 3 episodes behind because of everything going on. So
I am caught up on Yellowstone. I watched this week's last night.
Has it picked up the pace?
No.
Have they changed the format where I can now go and watch 1, 2, 3, and 4 or whatever? Or do I still have to watch it as a designated time like the old days?
No, you can watch seasons 1 through 4 on Peacock.
I've watched seasons 1 through 4 already. This is season 5.
Oh, yeah. You mean those episodes?
I mean, I actually have to show up on time and watch it?
Yeah, I think so.
And I can't watch
At this point, you should
prior
be able
ones?
to watch some of the... Because their next... not this week, but next week is their mid-season finale, so you should be able to watch...
All right. Well, that's good, because I need to look that up, because my wife and I did enjoy Yellowstone, but we missed the first episode, and we tried to go find it, and we couldn't find it anywhere to go watch it after it played, like old network TV.
I feel like it might be on Paramount Plus.
They do not have Yellowstone.
I thought they had the current season.
Oh, do they?
They do. I'm pretty sure.
I'm thinking they were advertising when we were watching
Oh, okay.
something else on Paramount.
I think
Yeah.
they have the current season, but all the past seasons you have to watch on Peacock.
Yeah.
Which is-
Because Peacock was paying
All right,
them.
hold on. So I have Peacock Plus, right?
Yes.
So I need to go
You're the
see if
one.
I can get in and watch season 5, episode 1.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. I'm sorry, that's what I meant.
You look at that.
Peacock, Paramount, whatever. It's penis size plus.
When does 1923 come out?
I
Came out this week.
believe it comes out...
This past Sunday.
Yeah, it came out, on the 18th.
7.6 million viewers.
99 years ago.
As well as... what else just came out?
7.6 million is pretty good, impressive because they premiered it on Paramount Network just to get eyeballs on it. 7.6 million is pretty impressive in this day and age. That beats almost anything on network TV, which is pretty impressive, except for some reality shows.
I mean, like a live viewing where people
Yes.
actually tune in on time?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not counting DVR numbers because that's what everything goes by is DVR
You
numbers.
cannot watch the current season of Yellowstone on Paramount Plus.
Gosh darn it.
Damn it.
I bet you anything,
So
Blake.
it's not available streaming anywhere.
I'm looking at Peacock right now.
Blake, do you have like YouTube TV?
And probably not Hulu. I've got pretty much everything except for YouTube TV.
Okay, so
do you subscribe to a cable or a street or a?
Yes. Direct TV.
Paramount.
I can
Plus.
almost guarantee you that there's
Still.
going to be this weekend.
Do you have on demand?
I have on demand. Yeah. So I could probably do it on demand, but I got to pay for it.
No.
On demand.
No?
You go to the
It's
Paramount
just like
Network on
that's-
demand.
That's
Oh.
that's like DirecTV's.
All right, I'll try. I'll try that. I'm
DVR,
still one of the
I can
last hangers on for DirecTV, just because. No, seriously, I've been holding on to it just so I can get NFL Sunday Ticket, which is now not going to be on Apple. So who knows where it's going to be? But I'll probably still go buy that at that some point in time. And then I can, throw the dish off my roof. No, but anyways, yeah, Yellowstone. Sorry, Brian, I interrupted.
No,
you
you're
again.
good.
Go ahead.
But I will say with Tulsa King, like it was fun, and then like the story, they finally started getting into his story, like with his past.
Yep.
And it turned really, really quickly, and it's really good.
His
And he's coming back for season 2. They've announced that.
so let me ask you, and I'm not trying to be morbid here. Whoa, excuse you, Jim. What are you doing over there?
cracking some beer cans over there, are you?
Yeah. I'm drinking what Jason cannot drink,
Yes.
and that is Fruitquake Mountain Dew.
When you need your colon to die, drink Fruit
What do
Quake.
we got? Sour gummy pigs.
Sour gummy pigs.
Are they? Oh,
Are
okay.
these from Japan too?
No, they're from Jungle Gyms.
They're from Fairfield.
Brian with Tulsa King.
want more
Here's my
Oreos.
question,
Yes.
and not to be morbid, because Stallone is getting up there in that. So, I mean, he could do this for another 10 years. Who knows? Because the guy's in phenomenal shape. But who would you like? Who would take over if Stallone leaves this series?
Schwarzenegger.
Thank you.
I would.
Frank.
I personally would like
Frank
to
Grillo?
see. No, I mean yes, but no. If they had to do it, I would want to see Garrett Hedlund take it over
Okay,
because I think he could.
he could lead it.
Like he's good enough in the little role that he's playing. but he could do more. And
I like when he took the baseball bat to the other guys this week.
yeah,
I'm not into violence. Oh, now I am.
I like the one part where the cops come into his bar to try to
Yes.
talk to him, and he just like tells them to get the fuck out.
Yes.
And they're like, "Do you know who you're talking to?" And he's like, "Do you know where the fuck you are?
You're
This
in-
bar is on reservation land. You have no standing or authority in here." And they just like it was really good.
Yeah,
That was good.
it has surprised me. Like you said, like the story's really catching on now, but I do like that they don't take everything so seriously.
Yeah.
Like there is humor, like dark humor in it, and like they're not so serious about it.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, and then of course I say that, and then I watched binge watched the episode of Stallone's brother in it dying.
Yeah, that
Which was a
That was
phenomenal
They
episode.
killed Frank?
Yes, Frank Stallone died. That was a phenomenal episode. I thought the acting was
Did he
really
get to
well
sing
done.
a country song before they killed him off?
Dolly Parton played at the funeral.
Nice. Did she sing Rhinestone?
Yes, like a rhinestone cowboy. No, Tulsa King. Brian has won me over.
yeah.
I like Stallone enough, but like he's done a really good job in it. So I watched Black Adam.
I saw a interview with Stallone, and this is like something he's always wanted to do.
Yeah.
like the
Tulsa King?
Italian, like the Italian.
The mafia thing,
Mobster thing,
plus
because-
he's never been on TV.
Yeah.
like he's never done a sick or like a episodic show. Like he's
Ooh, we need him in a sitcom.
We did. It was called Oscar. Oh
No, that's not a sitcom. That was still a movie.
oh.
Like we need a 30-minute comedy every week with Stallone in it.
What would be the premise?
He's a housekeeper.
Call it Who's the Boss?
Who's the
they should make Jerry and George's show from Stallone with him, and he's the butler.
Oh, because he's my butler. I did watch Black Adam. Oh, well, it was a film.
Today,
It was a film.
That
Okay, put it on the movie poster.
it was a very
It was a film.
It was-
Jason from Hobie.
yeah,
It was a DC film, and I mean that in like not a good way. Like not a good Wonder Woman film. Like
So you're saying what DC's doing with the new direction is probably a good thing?
with James Gunn rebooting,
Yes.
this did not do well.
So
like
I did see today that they are not having that movie be the first of the new chapter of James Gunn's DC.
Black Adam.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Because The Rock and like he met with James Gunn and they had like a big thing.
Falling
'cause
out.
They wanted, I mean, The Rock and his company like were supposed to have a big hand in the next chapter of DC,
And they're getting nothing.
and they're not going to get a lot.
He wanted Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will say-
let's talk about how Henry Cavill got fucked over. People are like, oh, he had to leave. The Witcher. He wasn't forced out of The Witcher. He left voluntarily because they were taking it into the storyline and artistic direction that wasn't true enough to the books. So he didn't want to do that anymore. So he withdrew. And of course, withdrawing, everybody's like, okay, you're just going to do Superman. And then you start reading these stories like Gunn's like, yeah, fuck that. We're going to go with young Superman now.
But you know what? Henry
Cavill's
We're going to reboot everybody.
He did not get fucked over. You know why? Because he still got paid $1 million for The Witcher episode.
An episode.
Yeah.
And
Which was below his actual value. Because, he actually took pay cuts to do that
But-
because he was a fan of The Witcher.
he was in Black Adam literally for 10 seconds and got paid
Yeah.
$250,000.
Oh, and
That's a
then
pretty nice
he
payday.
He met with James Gunn, and they
Yeah.
talked about it, and he had a nice response saying, "Hey, don't get mad. This is the way it goes. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's business.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at this.
He's even taking the high road with The Witcher. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to do it anymore. Hey, I wish everybody good luck. See you later.
And
yeah.
he was
They continue to make Enola Holmes films.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, even though I really liked his performance as Superman, the movies where he played Superman were just not that good.
Correct. Well, did you see Jason Momoa is no longer, after Aquaman 2, is no longer being the rumor is that he's not playing Aquaman. He's playing Lobo, the bounty hunter.
I saw that.
Yeah. You know what? He actually kind of looks the part
So
of
they're
Lobo.
still going to release Aquaman too?
They're going to release it and Flash. Can't release Batgirl, but we're going to release Aquaman 2 and Flash.
They're going to release what makes them money.
Does it though? Black Adam didn't make much money.
The Flash, what?
I think Michael Keaton draws them in, but
I don't. Well, the Flash really, it tested well.
They said,
Yeah.
They said people liked it.
except for that main
Yeah.
star guy.
Did they ever
the
arrest
Ezra
him?
Miller stink is the only thing that's
I think he is
keeping that.
I think he has been arrested
Oh, okay.
Ezra Miller.
4 times.
Oh, I just like the last thing I remember hearing about him was like he was like on the run or something.
Yeah, I think they got him in New Hampshire,
Yeah.
Vermont, somewhere.
He's in rehab now.
He was like missing with
Oh, yeah.
somebody's child.
Yeah.
He's missing with a minor.
Allegedly.
No, she's over 18
She's over 18 now. But
now. When he first met her, she was like 13.
when he groomed her,
Jesus. Hey, you know what? Let's release this fucking film. That sounds great.
But Cavill did sign on to the new Amazon series, Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, okay.
does anybody know
He's going
what
to be an executive producer in it too. From
what
I
is
understand.
Warhammer 40K? Is it a tabletop game?
Yes.
Give me a 2-sentence synopsis, Blake. Not your 2-hour synopsis.
You want my 2-sentence opinion?
No.
No, he wants a description. not
What is
an
it?
opinion.
It's
D&D.
like D&D except 40,000 years in the future with
Okay.
sci-fi technology
Mixed with
mixed with fantasy.
creatures.
Yes.
With fantasy creatures?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Like you'll have orcs with
Laser guns.
cannons.
Yeah, laser cannons. Yeah.
So they basically took D&D and put it in the future. They did time travel.
They took the concepts and
Yeah.
and
Took the fantasy tropes.
of D&D and put it into a sci-fi future.
Do you play the game the same way as D&D?
No.
No,
Well, I mean, like, do you have a dungeon master or anything like that?
there is a Warhammer RPG.
Okay.
And
Well, yeah, but that's not 40K. That's not in the future.
So
Yeah,
is this
that's
like
not- yeah.
is this like figures
yes.
on table?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of figures
This
and
was-
a lot of money once you get into it.
This
Okay.
was 40K. It was a big tabletop battle game system. I think originally when it came out. So you would buy like all these armies and paint them,
Because
and
Cavill,
then have them war against each other in armies, or you can like buy plastic ones and stuff. So yeah,
Cavill is a big D&D guy, though, isn't he?
not
Yes.
as big as Joe Manganiello.
That's true.
I think Cavell
In
is
many ways.
more of a Warhammer 40K. I think I saw him on what's that English talk show?
Graham Norton.
Graham Norton.
Graham Norton. I think he was on Graham Norton talking about
Yeah.
Warhammer 40K.
I think he's just a big fantasy guy overall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
which good. I mean, if he's going to make more of these projects, I'll watch most of them.
Do you think they're just using the Lord of the Rings sets for this?
No, not.
Could they?
Not for 40K.
No.
Is it more like post-apocalyptic?
You use like Blade Runner sets.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or like
Or
Kinda
outer
like-
space.
Yeah.
kind of like where BattleTech or Mech Warrior meets
Okay.
fantasy D&D role playing, right?
So-
Kinda,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pardon me.
I know I said a whole bunch of things you don't understand, Jason, but yeah, that's what it is.
I know BattleTech.
Okay, good.
That's the guys in the big machine robot things. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
It was big in my high school. Well, not big, but people talked about. So in D&D, can you not play in the future? Like, could you do a timeline in the future?
There's some called Gamma World that they had put out, and there's also a futuristic world where you use 5th edition rules. So,
Okay.
yeah, you can.
Brian and I have
they-
never played in the future.
There used to be a Star Frontiers, which was a sci-fi, space RPG, and they brought that back a little bit. And I think Pathfinder's got their own Starfinder, space, RPG in the future and all that kind of stuff. But
Gotcha. Okay. I was just curious.
yeah, Game of World, I think is like a world post-nuclear war world kind of thing, but it's got the old, different types of races and, or I should say, heritages. Now with D&D with like orcs,
Everybody's
Humans,
mutated
everybody.
stuff
Mutated.
and whatnot in Gamma World.
Yeah.
Oh, and since we were on the subject, I know everybody would be interested to know that in Blake's campaign now that Jeff and I are in with, we are at level 2.
Whoa.
Yeah, take that, Jeff Morris. And well, at least all you guys are still alive. I had a player character death in my full online one.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
Anybody we know?
Yes.
How'd they die?
Dev? Did you kill Dev?
No,
Liao?
Dev's character. It was Liao.
Oh!
It was Mikael Liao. And it was, so we're at a big bad evil guy battle, right? Big orc chieftain and the weakest of the characters in the battle are orc warriors compared to the brutes and the barbarians and the orc snipers and wood fighter sergeant. And ironically, the warriors were hitting the critical hit rolls and creating chaos on the characters. So yeah,
That's what sucks when the foot soldiers are just wreaking havoc.
yeah, exactly.
The Kobold
The
Warriors.
what was it? The bullet catchers, the
Yeah.
arrow catchers guys,
Meat shields.
Yeah, the meat shields are doing the most damage.
So can Michael Liao come back?
I've always got something in my back pocket.
Well, can he make a new character?
You never know.
Or is he kicked out?
You never know.
Or they might be able to find a priest and bring him back to life.
I need a young priest and an old priest.
At level 3?
4.
They got higher than we did in that
know.
campaign.
Well, they've had been playing for 12 years then.
Man, Brian, what were we up to? Level 57?
63.
63, that's right. And we only played 4 months.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
was
you know
quick.
how we did it? Hey, Brian, you want to level up? Yep. You're leveled up.
Their weakest spell is Death Touch or something.
Mass death thought.
Yes.
Mass disintegrate.
You think Thanos is powerful? Yeah. Look at Jason and Brian's characters in D&D.
They
Speaking
just don't remove half of the population. They remove 90%.
Wait. I wanted that guy back.
speaking of Thanos, the idea was that The Rock, Black Adam, he was supposed to, what the James Gunn thing is, that I guess he wanted to eventually become the Thanos of the DC universe. He wanted to be the big bad guy they took down eventually. Even though he's kind of a good guy at the end, and I guess that was not their plan. So, just a little thing. Don't go see Black Adam. It's on HBO Max. Don't waste your time.
I'll watch it.
I'll
watch it.
because I'll watch everything.
My oldest son wanted to watch it. What else am I going to do for the next 2 weeks? So, but lay around and watch TV. So, we watched it. It was, even my 12-year-old was like, yeah, it was fine.
If you have a few hours to kill, Jason, get on and watch on YouTube. Watch Critical Role,
Uh-huh.
The Legend of Vox Machina, so that you can watch the cartoon that was on.
Oh, definitely.
Go ahead and watch that. It's just a couple hours.
You know what I can't watch, Jim? I can't.
115 4-hour episodes.
115 4-hour episodes?
Yes.
Jeez.
Hey,
I just finished it.
I never,
in about 2 months.
My God.
I've never actually watched one of those. I mean, none of the Critical Role or the original or anything kind of like that. And I read an article somewhere where they said it's, for somebody that's, knows about D&D or knows about role playing, it's kind of good. But on the flip side, it creates a lot of false expectations because they said it comes off as authenticity. But they said that this article that I read, and I wish I could remember where it's at, pull it up. It said it's actually very cut, very edited. If something doesn't work, they take it out and they'll do things and they'll try and put things back in. And I'm like,
No, it
well,
isn't.
no, it's not.
No. It's
Okay.
live play.
Well, yeah, live play, but is it edited live play?
No.
No,
It originally was streamed live.
it was streamed
Yeah.
live
It
on
was,
Thursday nights. They streamed it live.
every Thursday night they streamed it live.
Yeah.
It was, I guess, COVID. I think got them to It wasn't until COVID that they recorded it ahead of time, but it's still
Yeah, and-
recorded live. I mean, there's no
and took off.
cuts or
But
anything.
originally that's how it was. But currently it is. According to the author that I had, they said it appears live, but it's actually, preconceived notions. This is what's going to happen here. You do this, you do that, and they act it out and they roll it out, and so it's not as authentic as it's. They make it so, because they said a number of things is that, one of the things that it creates like a false expectations. Like if you join, like a group, and then DM, for example, doesn't have the abilities to do what they do, and they're like, hey, I thought I was in for this, experience in here, and it's not the way it is.
Yeah,
The Matthew Mercer effect, where people watch that and expect that their DM will be the same way.
Yeah,
Well,
or their
you gotta
game
realize-
experience will be the same way.
Yeah, I mean, these are all professional
Professionals.
voice actors who
Yeah.
have all studied improv.
Yes.
So they know how to run, and they are very
Correct.
good at
What
letting
they do.
somebody else have their spotlight when it's their turn. You
Yeah.
know? They don't interrupt like, well,
Yeah.
they did have one character early on who kind of did that stuff, and they got rid of him.
Yeah. Well, but it's interesting because you say improv, because improv is really rehearsed, really, really rehearsed. If you get a good improv troupe and people are throwing out ideas, odds are they've already improv that in practices.
Oh, they already
and
have-
so,
they
so,
have-
so you would have
they
like
have ideas.
Yeah, you already have preset ideas and stuff. And so when you think something's coming across as completely original, and you're like, oh my god, that's so funny, that's actually something that they've already worked on for situations and have actually
and
honed
also
it and
improv
perfected it.
and improved actors, actresses, they also know their cues too. Like if they've worked with the same people for a while,
Oh, yeah.
they know their
True.
cues.
And and you're right. And it's kind of interesting you brought up improv, because the same article said, oh yeah, I was like, what's your what's that improv thing that that was what's
Whose
my
line is it anyway?
Whose line is it anyway? They said, people are like, oh my god, this is so great. When I go to see real improv, sometimes it's not as good. It's like, well, wait a minute. Whose line it is anyway? We'll take 4 hours of content and edit out
That's
the bad
definitely
stuff.
edited. I've
Yeah, and
seen
definitely
yeah.
have the
stuff
good
they've
stuff in
edited
there.
out.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this is great. But that's actually what they whittled out of like 4 hours of content.
Well, it's funny with the whose line is it anyways, Blake.
Yeah.
The
Well, that's what they're saying the stuff that the Critical Role and stuff that they're doing now. That's what they're actually doing now. So I don't know if because I've never watched it, and I'm on one hand I wanted to watch it. Maybe I can learn something and adapt it and take it into my games. But on the flip side, I don't want to watch it because I want to remain authentic, to my imagination and what I want to do.
I think the first campaign is still pretty authentic.
Yeah.
I think they all are. I think this person just, because he didn't get that experience from his campaign, he has to think they're doing something wrong or dishonest.
Again, I know,
mean,
I know that they've discussed what,
Oh, they've addressed this
yeah,
many times.
Oh yeah.
but
I mean,
when they
it's
go
been-
on for episodes, they discuss how the character is supposed to react. They've discussed with the DM on, especially like your abilities and stuff, and on how that's supposed to be played.
Yeah, I mean they make their character, and so they discuss with the DM, what the intricacies of their character are. So when certain things come up, they're going to react certain ways because that's what the game is. I mean, I think
It's like
we would do that at your table.
yeah, like when we give you backstory and you
Yeah.
write it into the thing. That's kind of
Yeah.
how we're supposed to play it. And
Does it matter though if you enjoy it though?
If you like it, you like it. There's nothing
Correct.
wrong with that. If you like it, that's good. I've just never watched it or listened to it because I've had reservations about I didn't want it to affect the way I do things, but maybe I could. I don't know.
I don't
But
think it
I
would
just
really-
happened to read one of these articles because I was bored getting my. There was a period where I got to get. I had to replace my crown last week.
yeah,
And I had to sit in the seat while they 3D printed it on the spot and baked it. So I sat there. I had nothing to do, so I was like scrolling and just reading story after story after story. And I was like, oh, one of the things, Critical Role, no, what it's cracked up to be. And I started reading it, and they were saying, well, as professional improv actors, and they drew from Whose Line Is It Anyways, and said, these Critical Role things, and how it affects people's gameplays, especially new people who are coming into 5th edition or learning how to play. Reach a level of disappointment because they don't understand that a lot of this is, played once or played twice or long formed, actually edited, and to make it look like it's, all spontaneous, but a lot of it is baked. you know,
No,
and you
that's
know, all that
that's
kind of
all
stuff.
false.
No,
It,
All right.
they're just professional actors. They act their characters.
You're
out
right. They've got
a lot better than
10 or 20 years worth of
Oh yes,
acting behind it,
they're
voice
really-
actors,
They're good at what they do.
and it's like they've been exposed to so many tropes and storylines that if a cue comes up, they know how to react to that cue.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
and
if
sa-
you're a
and
new
sa-
player for the first time, you don't know those cues, or you're like, I
mean,
don't know what to do.
they're
still.
doing their
Yeah.
characters in voices and things like that. Where
Sam
most
Riegel-
people, when they play, we just sit around and I'm going to tell them this instead of act that out the whole thing. I mean, that's a lot of people watch that, and then we'll sit at a table and expect their like DM to be, you know, all acting out voices for every NPC and.
Blake does that.
Well, Blake does do that, but a lot don't.
Yeah. Sam Riegel does write all his songs that he uses or all his poems, and he plays a bard in the.
I was going to say, you better be a bard.
And it's fantastic.
That's cool. All right.
You know, real quick, Blake, you were talking about Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Yeah.
Brian, wake up.
About about how much they about how much they cut in that.
Yeah.
So it's still on CW, but during COVID, they obviously could not do a live audience, and they wanted to. They were able to cut a 15-episode season together just from what was on the cutting room floor from the last season, and they put all new episodes out for 2020 or 2021, I guess it would be, because they just took all the stuff they put on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
So it's just funny, like when you mention that, it's like, yeah they did. They did cut it. But yeah, they were able to do a whole season based on just what they cut.
Yeah. Because I've been to live improv, and you can't hit home runs every single
No.
pitch.
No.
You know?
Unless you're Michael Scott.
Yeah.
And
Or
I'll
unless
say-
you're on roids.
Critical Role doesn't always hit.
You know, I really need to go to New York and try the Sabaro pizza. Sabaro?
It's an authentic,
Sabaro?
some authentic New York
Sbarro.
pizza.
Sabaro pizza.
New York pizza.
Authentic New York pizza. That was on today, that episode.
Yeah, I was watching that.
I think I've watched when I was in the hospital for those 5 days, I think I watched like 600 episodes of The Office, just repeatedly.
Put your hands up. He said he had a gun.
Boom! Michael Schoon. Don't move.
Brian, I'll get you back into this. You ready?
Yep,
Mandy Rose. Do you remember her, the wrestler
I do.
from WWE? She was one of the longest reigning WWE NXT champions.
Yep.
She lost last week
Okay.
and then was released the very next day.
Yep.
And why? Because Prince Albert, who is now the head trainer of WWE's NXT, he found out that she was selling nude pictures on her OnlyFans page.
Fans page. Yep.
For $5 a month, you could go see her nude pictures. So she was cut.
She was because she had OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which was behind a paywall.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that she was just posting it out there.
Oh, yeah, it was
you
behind
had to
paywall.
pay for it, which is kind of like, I get WWE's a publicly traded company, but at the same time, you know, it's a gray area. But here's the best part. So as soon as she got cut, she jacked the price, no pun intended, up to $10. She made in 3 days $500,000.
Yep.
I guess the biggest question is,
She got free advertising.
Yes.
Everybody, she has an OnlyFans page. Sure, I'll spend $10 this month.
Yep, $10 a month.
but the thing you're saying is, like, is her OnlyFans page using the name she's going by in WWE?
Mandy Rose?
I don't know. I do not
Or
know
she had
that.
a different name.
That I don't know. But I mean, like,
Or
if
using her like real name.
Randy Mose.
Jake Jorals.
But I mean, you know, it's like, well, yeah, when you're in the entertainment business, your reputation means something to the company.
Oh yeah. And there could have been something in the contract where it says you can't do this, and
A morals clause.
or even
WWE with a morals clause.
We're a family
I'm
program.
thinking more of a contract on using the name and likeness.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gray area, right? Like, she was doing it, you know, she's allowed to have social media. She's allowed to run it.
Mm-hmm.
She's allowed to make money. Like, there's a lot of wrestlers that make $200,000, $300,000 a year on Twitch streams.
Or cameos.
Yes. And originally, a couple years ago, WWE Vince McMahon, who's a senile old man, he cut
And a
that.
creep.
Yeah, and creep, yes. He cut that. Well, then he lost a lot of wrestlers, because they're like, fuck you, because I'm making extra money on this. So they finally let it back in. Triple H was like, no, you can do it now. I don't give a shit. But obviously they do care. I don't know. There's a lot of Mandy Roses on OnlyFans. I do not know if I want to click on all of these.
Probably on Pornhub too.
Yes. I'm trying to see. Mandy Rose is on Instagram as Mandy Rose. I don't know. I will try to find this out. But yeah, so she made $500,000, and her agent said she will make $1 million by Christmas Day on this. Now the issue
Is that more than her
yes.
WWE contract?
I think she was making $200,000
Yeah.
a year. I think she was around $200,000 to $300,000. So she made that in more in 3 days than she did in a career. Now the question is though, can she sustain it? Can this be sustained?
Probably not.
Well, if she knows how to invest it properly.
Correct.
No, I don't think her OnlyFans page. A lot of people are going to it right now because she got cut. Well, let's see what it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But she needs to take this money that she makes, this windfall, and put that into something that sustains her
Cocaine and
income.
hookers.
Yes.
Yes. Because those only go up in value. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. Brian, what do you
Got
think?
$1
Did you
million.
subscribe?
What?
Did you subscribe?
No.
She's a hardworking girl. Come on.
No.
Yeah, and if she gets $1 million in a month, then
I need that $10 more than she does.
that all should be.
The only OnlyFans page that Brian subscribes to is Dr. Dana.
She has an OnlyFans?
She has one subscriber,
Oh.
and she cut it off at that.
Oh.
Everybody else is blocked.
Yep.
Time out. For Canadian of the Year, are we allowed to do that?
Do I have a Canadian of the Year OnlyFan?
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Well, there's only one subscriber, and that's Brian.
We're going to have to talk about that in the Floppy Awards. We're going to have to think about that long and hard. Okay.
So they've shifted that page. Now it's just pictures of Doug's hands.
Well, not his whole hand, because you can't fit his hand into a picture.
Canadian of the Year.
He's just holding like
page.
12-ounce cans of pop.
Ironically, no.
Actually, the mini cokes.
Oddly enough, Doug has made $500,000 in 3 days with his hand pictures. People like feet pictures, and I guess they like their hand pictures.
He's a hand model.
Yeah. See George Costanza?
Yeah.
See a master of his domain?
Don't touch any hot irons.
That's right.
That's why when nobody's getting their mail, he's wearing those oven mitts.
It's like, man, that's a 20-ounce. No, that's a 2-liter, sir.
Anything else we watched, want to talk about?
I started watching the third season, or I'm sorry, is it the fourth season? The new season of Titans.
You're the one?
I'm the one. It's better than the previous season.
That goes on the poster. Not as bad as last season.
Season
only
4,
I'm
better
only-
than season 3.
I'm only a season and a half into it.
Truth in advertising.
I was 5, I think 1 season into it.
I enjoyed the first season. The second season was okay. The third season was terrible.
Reacher's in it, so
Who's the villain?
This season,
Yeah.
well, they introduced Lex Luthor
Okay.
and then killed him off.
Is it Michael Rosenbaum?
No, it's not.
Oh.
It was who did I
Gary
can't
Busey.
remember.
Jesse Eisenberg.
No, nobody who played him previously.
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman still alive?
He is, but he's not acting. He
I don't
retired
think
from
he's Lex
acting.
Luthor. That's James Gunn's big thing. He's going to bring Gene Hackman back as Lex Luthor.
Could be a big deal.
So they introduced Lex Luthor and then killed him?
Yep.
What about his son, Lex Luthor 2?
Well, that's the thing.
Oh, jeez.
Well, they have the character of Superboy Connor Kent, who is a
Mutation?
genetically made
Yeah.
with Superman and Lex Luthor's DNA.
Yeah.
A mutant?
So
Is he a good guy in it yet?
An X-Men?
no.
Is he a good guy?
Yeah, he was a good guy in
Okay.
the previous 2 seasons or whatnot.
Connor Kent was always interested in the comic books.
But I think he might be turning into the bad guy because I think the season's going to have the Lex Luthor part of him is going to take over.
Okay.
He's like Two-Face?
Yes, one side is Lex Luthor, the other side is Henry Cavill. That's right. Are you finished with the season, Jeff?
Oh no, I'm only 2 episodes in.
Okay. Did they release the whole season?
No, they released. I think they released 3 and then 1, 3 right away, and then 1 every week.
Gotcha.
So they're probably maybe about 6 episodes out there now. I don't know exactly.
Did anyone watch Willow? Has anyone started Willow?
I wanted to.
Yeah.
But then I read the reviews. I may still try and give it a 2-episode or
No,
3-episode try.
What's your opinion?
Exactly.
Look at your opinion.
Because
Exactly. I
We don't need reviews because we are reviewers.
correct. But
We have the pulse of what
But-
people like.
yes, but with that, let me rephrase it. It fell off of my priority list.
Okay.
Okay.
It fell several spots down because of what I had read so far. It doesn't mean I'm going to take what other people say as verbatim, but
Well, Jim, you make a good point, too, because this week, not that the Christmas film that came out, Avatar, Wave of the Water, or whatever it is, Wind of the Willows, it came out, and I have no desire to see this film, but, like, some of the trade magazines were like, oh, it bombed. It only made $174 million. And it's like, well, yeah, but the original Avatar only made $74 million opening weekend, and then it stayed. Like, there's nothing that comes out between this and I think Ant-Man in February.
yeah, but what I don't understand is where's all this Marvel versus Avatar that's come out? Captain Marvel versus Avatar. I guess because what's his name that made the wave, the blue wave water people?
Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron.
James Cameron. I guess he had criticized the MCU universe and making all those superhero movies. And despite the fact that Captain Marvel was the lowest rated movie that came out, it still made more than Avatar, which, according to the critics, is like in a 90 percentile of approval.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's a lot of those headlines are like, well, Disney stockholders are upset Avatar 2 didn't make as much as, they thought it was going to and all that. It's like, it's been 1 week and it made $174 million.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, like, and I know that it has to make $2 billion to like make a profit or something
$2
like
billion.
that. Yeah, it basically has to be
Number
up
one
that
fan Doug's got to make a couple more mortgages on his house and trips to Disney to make it profitable.
But it was just, and then, but it's sloppy article writing because the one article today was,
Jason, journalism is dead.
I
okay?
know, Brian is the editor of 16 different online news papers.
No, the readers are the editors.
Yeah, Brian.
I edit 50 different newspapers across the country.
The Seattle Times.
Yep.
As soon as he reads, he's like, if you have any edits, please send it to him. Brian's like,
It is shocking. BuzzFeed has the best editorial.
Oh, my God.
No, but
shut up, Jason.
the article today was, will they make an Avatar 3 because of the lack of success of
It's
Avatar
made.
2? And I'm like, that headline is horrible. They made it. Like, it's
They
already
filmed it at the
made.
same time as they did too.
Yeah.
Look, man, you got some 20-year-old kid who thinks he's a journalist out there writing bullshit out there. So what do you expect for standards?
Yeah, it was the worst article. I was like, they made that. Why? How did this even get greenlit? But I guess it is. I guess people just want to click on it like, oh my God, are they not making Avatar 3?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the article. It said that Cameron offered the main role, to Matt Damon,
Yes.
and Matt Damon had to turn it down because he was making a Bourne film. But part of the contract was 10% of gross sales.
Yeah, I think,
So
what,
it cost him
$250 million?
$25 million or whatever it was.
Yeah,
250 million.
$250 million.
$250 million it cost him. And James Cameron's like, yeah, well, he had to do this because he was under contract and all that. We understood that. But the door's still open. Oh, he's not getting 10%.
Yeah. Well,
He's not getting a point on this.
we're talking about bad headlines, Jason, and I
Yeah.
didn't click on this story on purpose because of the headline. And the headline was, I think it was probably from BuzzFeed or some bullshit like that.
Hey.
It was like, Native and Indigenous peoples outraged at Avatar for
Yes,
inaccuracies.
I saw that.
And I sat there and I went, wait a minute, this is a made-up society.
These are aliens.
It was
In
trending
outer
on Twitter
space.
2 nights ago. Like,
What the fuck,
Yes.
man?
there,
They're not portraying me right. They're not portraying you.
Portraying anybody.
You're
It's
not
made
from
up.
Naive or the planet, what?
Pandora's the planet. Jim.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, what inaccuracies are there? They have blue skin and pointy ears, and they live in the water. I
10
don't know.
feet tall.
To be fair, Blake, that article was written by
look-
Papa Smurf.
They look like
So-
cartoons.
Papa
That was the guy's username.
Yeah.
They're not representing Smurf's culture, right? They don't use Smurf enough.
I just sat there and I looked at it as like, what? Who writes this article? Who goes out and whatever?
Is it
I don't want to
any-
get
is it
political.
any-
I have to go down the hall.
Is it any worse though than when you're watching like Good Morning America or Today and they're like, "Hey, you know, people are outraged on social media about this cause or something like
What?
this," and it's like
Back after the commercial.
yeah, and then they come back and they're like, "Well, 5 people wrote this." Like they're just like, "This doesn't count." Like
Yeah.
2,000 people on Twitter being mad does not count as social outrage. It doesn't.
It does because you clicked on it and now you just
Yeah.
perpetuated it.
Yeah,
There
Sorry,
are a
Harry.
lack of people entering journalism school now. Well, there's all colleges are down like 10% since COVID, but journalist schools are.
Well, yeah, you don't have to go to journalism school. You can just edit the newspaper from your bathroom.
Yeah, it's just like
did you
like
see?
Brian
Did you
does.
see a spelling error? Please let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a little article based on like
Yeah.
local news stations lost like 36 people this past year, and
They couldn't replace them.
yeah, they haven't been replaced.
They're in the break room.
Most of them are. They're just
Either-
they're getting out of it.
Or they're retiring. A lot of
Retiring,
a lot of the local guys, like George Vogel, is finally retiring. 43 years.
Vogel, Clyde
Clyde Gray.
John Lomax.
Yeah.
They're all retiring, and then you get some of the younger people, like the girl I know. She's now working for Congressman.
Yeah.
What's his name? We just
Landsman.
Landsman. Yeah.
And Brian, you make a good point. Like, do you need to go to school for this anymore? Because
mean-
you can start your own. Any website's going to take you if you have some type of writing skill, right?
But the problem is no one has writing skill anymore.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Is
Yeah.
I read so many articles that I'm left with. I still don't have all of the who, what, when, where, why, and how, or why is this important.
Yeah.
You know, there's no analysis, and it's all opinion, and it's all
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
the biggest problem. Is they're all
it's
opinion.
editorial. It's not
Yeah.
it's not a news
They're not,
article.
They're
It's
not reporting. They're editorializing.
correct.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's happened when news became a money-making thing rather than something for the public good.
Well, yeah, the 24-hour news cycle started it, but social media has corrupted it.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got all serious.
Did
today.
did
Yeah, I
anyone
know.
see
Down the hall.
the? All right, we'll
Maybe
stay,
one day
like,
we will do it
in
down the
between
hall
the rooms
podcast.
right now.
go ahead.
Stanford University sent out this like email to, I guess, like all of the students.
I did not see this.
So they're trying to get them away, teaching them and having them stay away from different phrases, like do this, say this instead of that.
Yeah.
Here's.
Do you have a list?
I do.
Oh, great. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we
I have
go.
part of the list.
Okay, let's do this.
All right.
I hate
Now,
this
do we
list.
know, is this authentic or
Yes.
is this
These
just
these lists
somebody?
really
No,
make
it's-
me mad.
Here we go,
All right,
Blake.
go
Hold on.
ahead.
Let's see what
ahead.
these are.
Instead of saying a stand-up meeting, say a quick meeting.
Because it's offensive to people who can't stand up.
Ableist language that trivializes
God,
the experiences of people living with disabilities.
Ah!
Well, I've never heard the phrase a stand-up meeting anyway, so I wouldn't use it.
I thought they were going to use it as somebody telling jokes.
Wait, Jerry Seinfeld's here?
They get
Instead,
canceled if you bring on Dave Chappelle.
instead of saying
Stand-up meeting just means an impromptu meeting where
Yeah,
we're going
like
to
it's
stand
quick.
one up now. Not
Yeah.
standing. We're not literally going to stand the fuck up.
But you can't use the word that language.
God, it's
'cause
so
it's
stupid.
offensive.
That's so stupid. We're becoming stupider in this culture.
Okay, hold on. Let's go. Let's see.
Go ahead.
instead of saying insane, consider using surprising or wild. that is
Totally changes insane in the membrane.
that is ableist
Surprisingly
language.
wild in the membrane.
That's crazy, Brian. Am I allowed to say that? Is that crazy?
No,
it's
that's
not on the list.
So what was it? Surprise?
It will be next week.
I'm still allowed to say it.
Wait a minute. What is it? Surprise or what?
Wild.
You know what?
That is trivializing the experience of people living with mental health conditions.
You know what
What
though?
about those people who are living in the wilderness? You can't say wild.
Instead of saying brave as a noun,
God damn.
Wait, we can't say brave?
consider
As a noun.
consider using none or do not use.
What?
Using none.
For brave?
This term perpetuates the stereotype of the noble, courageous savage,
No, it's not.
equating the indigenous male as being less than a man.
When do you use brave
Well,
as a noun, though?
Home of the brave.
Home brave.
Home
Well,
of people who.
Well, like the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you call somebody a brave.
Yeah.
I mean, like warriors. Every warrior is considered a brave or something.
Or somebody brave, or noun. And this reminds me, they're talking about. I remember I read this article about San Francisco removed any reference to chief because it's offensive to indigenous peoples. I'm like, indigenous peoples aren't the only ones who had chiefs.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it blows my mind. But anyways, I don't want to.
Here's a new concept.
I'm gonna hurt.
Sometimes words have two meanings.
Oh my God! No, you have to take it at face value because we're that fucking stupid now.
Chief is even face value. I mean, chief is used for
Take it as face value and
Hey, Jeff.
police chief.
Jeff,
Exactly. Oh no, you can't use it apparently.
this is why you're the best editor on the Cincinnati Enquirer.
Oh, sweet.
Instead of saying American,
Oh God!
consider using U.S. citizen. This term often refers to people from the United States only, thereby insinuating that the U.S. is the most important country in the Americas.
It is.
Well,
Crap.
that's not new to me. Having lived overseas, where you would be in the statu, uniti, so they would actually refer to you as like a United Statesan.
Did I just get suspended?
I'm very happy.
Statunitense.
I'm very happy I'm laying on the ground because.
Instead of saying user,
Oh God, no!
say client,
my drug
What?
client.
while often associated with one who uses software systems or services. It can also negatively be associated with those that suffer from substance abuse issues.
Hey, John down the hall, the crack client.
Sometimes words have two meanings.
Instead of saying beating a dead horse,
Whoa! This is my thing. Hold on now.
consider using refusing to let something go.
Oh, fuck you! I'm not giving up that.
This expression normalizes violence against
Jeff,
animals.
half my jokes are beating a dead horse.
Dead.
The horse is dead
Dead
already.
animal.
Instead of
It
saying
was already dead.
I'm just beating it.
instead of saying trigger warning, consider using content note. This phrase can cause stress about what's to follow. Additionally, one can never know what may or may not trigger a
Well, hold
particular
on.
person.
These are the same people that invented trigger warning,
Yes.
and now they're changing again.
I'm proud to say I don't think I've ever used the
field
word
in which
trigger
this-
warning
Man,
in my
this
life.
entire article has triggered Blake.
I'm triggered.
Instead of saying you guys,
You guys.
consider using people, everyone, or folks.
You can't use folks anymore because it's masculine and indicative.
This lumps-
because I've been through this training. You can't say folks unless
say
you
folks?
use a Z at the end.
Folks.
Or X. I'm
Using
sorry.
the term
Folks.
you guys lumps a group of people together using masculine language.
What happens if you're
and
talking to just guys?
into gender binary groups which don't include anyone.
I enjoyed coming out and hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Nope. I enjoy coming out with you folks.
Can I use guys as a non-gendered word?
No, you're not allowed to.
But
Words only have one meaning,
It
Jeff.
used to be. No, you're right. It used to be an all-inclusive, dual-gender thing, all-inclusive.
It used to be.
But, in the world we're living in now, you can't be all, Anyways.
What else you got?
Out of my brains, I'm stuck on...
Somebody turn Blake off. and
My
turn him
hard
back
drive.
on.
My hard drive is skipping.
is smoking.
Quick, hard reset. Instead of saying walk in,
Like Christopher Walken?
No,
Like a
like
walk-in.
walk in.
Oh, walk-in client. Okay.
Like a walk into your hair salon.
Establishment.
Okay.
consider using drop in or open office.
It's ableist language again.
Ableist language that trivializes the experience.
Christopher
of people.
Dropin is one of my favorite actors.
Should we just say rolling?
No, that's ableist language that trivializes the experience of
can walk.
of
that
people
don't
that
have
can walk.
wheelchairs.
So that was just one part of the list.
All I can tell you is George Orwell is spinning in his grave right now. Can I still use spinning?
No.
For a cadaver?
No.
I legitimately.
because that it takes away the people who are into cycling. It's realizing
It's
cyclists.
insulting to tops.
I can keep going.
I know you can keep
Give
going.
me two more.
Instead of saying balls to the wall,
I would never use that in a work setting, by the way.
consider
Trust me.
using accelerate efforts. What? This attributes personality traits to one's anatomy.
But isn't that insulting to people that are slower? They can't move just as fast?
I don't think I've ever.
I can list off about 10 words you're not supposed to use now, too. Should I?
No.
Do you want to be suspended?
All right, let's see here.
Give me a good one.
Instead of saying take a shot at, take your best shot at, or
Pat Benatar no longer sings that song in concerts,
to
by
pay-
the
you
way.
have to-
Hit me with your best shot because it's domestic violence and she won't sing it anymore.
Yes, or take a stab at it. Consider using give it a go.
Try.
Can I still use stick a fork in it then? I'm
No.
going to stick a fork in that.
No.
No?
Because that's a form of stabbing.
It's a form of violence?
You know what?
No,
Sometimes words have two meanings.
No, they don't, Jeff.
No, Jeff. You have to take everything at face value.
It's face value. It's
In
the
one
meaning of the
time.
word.
Instead of using chief,
Oh, God.
use the
That's just
person's
right.
name.
Well, that should just be common sense.
I don't know. Brian heard that a whole lot at the bar.
Yeah.
Hey, Chief.
And here we have
I'm the chief
police
bartender of
Brigger.
I can still go. Instead of using the
Give
term
me a second, Jeff.
instead of using the term graybeard, use the person's name.
How about Gray Bush?
Well, there's a lot of pirates that are going to be mad at that. You can't call me that anymore. But I'm
right.
Captain Gray.
I mean,
That's right.
Yeah. So now people will just say, "Oh, Jeff has a Jeff."
Look at that Jeff on your face.
Well, I'm glad we did this because I'm really feel much better about this world that we're living in.
I'm not.
Control the language. Control the thought.
Oh my
Get
God!
in line.
But like half these words, I wouldn't even use in a professional setting, anyways. Right?
Sometimes.
Okay, Blake. How many times have you said, "Hey, Johnson, you need to get that report over to me. Get the balls to the walls on this one."
No, not that. But I have used take a stab at it. And
Well, yeah.
Have a stand-up meeting.
Trigger warning?
And all that kind of
You
stuff.
also
yeah.
can't say killing two birds with one stone any longer.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Yeah,
Just try saying accomplishing two things at once.
that's not as fun.
Yeah. Wait a minute. We've created all these idioms in our language and culture that you don't have to, like that one, you don't take that at face value. It means something completely different than the words used.
Why can't
to
you
describe
say-
There's
it.
some
Why can't you
innuendo
say killing
or
two birds?
assumption.
Is it against animal cruelty?
It's animal cruelty. Even though
This
you
expression
do kill
norm-
birds,
This expression
For
normalizes
food.
violence against animals.
Okay,
It
I'll change it. I'll
normalizes.
say, let's kill two birds with one bullet.
with one
This expression
arrow. Kill two turkeys
trivializes
with
the
one arrow.
gun owners.
Gun victims. Victims of gunshot wounds.
So, Jim, you got something positive over there. Let's do baby names that are being extinct. But real quick, another negativity here. If anybody can reach out to Warner Brothers and HBO Max and tell them to put fucking Westworld Season 4 on HBO Max one more week so I can watch it
No, you'll have to go to
Roku.
It's free.
It'll be free.
on Roku.
Okay.
But I don't have Roku.
What's the name of the?
It's free. You can just download it.
I
for
have like
free.
7 episodes left. Can I please just get the
Well,
fucking
apparently you
Westworld?
can't because they figure they can
Make money.
Was it about a dozen shows or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the like the kids shows, those cartoons. They moved all of them to. It's not Freevee. It's
It's not Freevee?
no,
Freevee?
It's a different.
Okay.
It's a new one they're creating.
Oh, really? I know that, and I know that they got rid of some Sesame Street ones and all that stuff too. But I was like really pissed because I went to go watch Westworld today, and I knew they were moving it. They moved it already.
They moved it quickly.
Yes.
Quicker. Normally, it'll be there for a month.
Yeah.
The month, no, they took it out early.
Well, the positive is I ended season 3, and I really liked the ending of season 3, the finale.
Well,
So
if you're happy with that, then just stop.
that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that as a series finale. Like that's how it ended. So, but yeah, I was like, what the hell is this?
You mean like what I should have done with Game of Thrones after season 5?
How many seasons they do have that? 7?
8.
8. Jeez. Okay.
Well, the last 2 were short.
7
Yeah.
and 8 were disappointing.
Maybe they did the Whose Line Is It anyways.
Honestly, 5 and 6 were even disappointing.
They were started, once they ran out of actual original material.
Yeah.
And they had to wing it on their own.
Once they sent Jamie Lannister to Dorne, they were
That
pretty
was
much off
boo.
of...
I was... yeah.
Oh, wow, I almost said something that I shouldn't be saying.
Hey, Jeff. Jeff, do you think they just did with the Whose Line Is It anyways thing? They just put everything cut from the cutting room floor. They just added that to season 6, 7, and 8.
No.
Oh.
Stuff that was in those, they wouldn't have filmed and...
You were wondering why they were playing scenes from a hat in season 8. I'm a Dragon Master. What? Is that Sean Bean?
But speaking of good historical fiction from book series that are complete, we did finish The Last Kingdom. That was on Netflix, which was pretty good. I think the first two or three seasons was actually by BBC or something like that, and Netflix bought them out, and they it was based on a book series called the Saxon Stories. But when Netflix bought it, the author said, "Yeah, we can call it the Last Kingdom series." So it's like a 12-book series. It's based on. They didn't go all the way to the end. It ends in season 5, but they're wrapping everything up in a 2-hour Netflix movie that's coming out soon.
Is it better than Wheel of Time?
Yes,
Okay, just checking.
I enjoyed it immensely. Actually, to tell you the truth.
Well, the next question was the Rings. I forgot the name of
Rings of Power?
Rings of Power. Was that better than Wheel of Time? How would you rank those?
I would rank Rings of Power over Wheel of Time just because I'm more familiar with the Tolkien backgrounds, even though they fucked everything up still anyways.
Okay.
Jim, do you got an article over there?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
But I would put The Last Kingdom over both of those, way above them. And I got sucked into it because I was like, hey, you like the Game of Thrones or House of Dragons? Check this out. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
That has nothing to do with any of this, but goes back to something you said earlier.
Breaking news.
YouTube
You can't
TV.
say that now. You should have, hey, there's new instant news because breaking is perpetuating violence
Vandalism.
and vandalism.
Exciting news.
You have exciting news.
Go ahead, Brian.
I have developing news.
Well, that's you're
that-
inferring that that's not completely developed and that insults third world countries. Oh, I can't say third world anymore, can
Oh,
I?
I was going to say it insults the fetus.
Stop it, Jeff. No, no.
Comparing it to fetus.
Nope.
I have words to say. Google's YouTube TV is now currently the front runner for NFL Sunday ticket package.
Oh, good.
So I got to buy another fucking streaming
Yes.
service?
Get rid of DirecTV, get YouTube TV.
Yeah, you'll be far happier.
But I have an Apple subscription already. That's why I was disappointed when they didn't get it. I was like, ooh, I'll keep my Apple. All right.
Okay, well, now we have baby names that don't have any registers this year.
This is in Britain.
This would be in Britain, yes.
All right. So there's a difference.
Yes.
Yes,
There's an anglicized
Well, it
version. Yes. Go ahead.
endangered girls' names. Barbie. Brittany.
Wow.
Maybe it's just a spelling, Britney, because
Not Brittany, not Brittany,
Not Brittany.
as in Brittany.
I think most Britneys probably aren't a popular name in Great Britain.
Well,
Carrie.
With a K or a C?
Carrie.
Wow.
Deirdre.
Yeah,
Farrah. Gail.
Farrah?
Like Farrah
Farrah
Fawcett?
Fawcett? Okay.
Or Farrah, that whore from
Teen Mom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was the last Farrah ever.
She ruined it for
She
everyone.
ruined the name Farrah. Once she became popular,
I guess this is a British name. Gayatri. Gayatri.
Gayatri.
Gentry? Gentry as in Baratheon?
No.
Oh.
This is just women's names.
Oh.
And it's Gendry.
No.
Katrina.
In the waves.
I'm
Kelly?
walking on sunshine.
Lindsay. Shania.
Twain.
Let's go, girls.
Sheila.
Oh.
E.
Sheila.
And stop calling me Shirley.
No more Shirley's.
Stacy.
Stacy's mom.
And Tegan.
Got it going on.
What was it?
Tegan.
Tegan.
Like Tegan and Sarah.
Tegan Knox.
Endangered boys' names.
All right.
These are okay. I missed the first part. This is endangered.
Yes.
Okay.
They haven't had any in Britain. Any of these names registered.
Gotcha.
Baxter.
Oh, Poindexter.
Bill.
No.
Bill?
Really?
Bill. Yep, just Bill.
Oh,
I guess
well,
William is
you're
probably
William,
Everyone's
yeah.
very formal over there.
Brent. Clement. Cliff.
What? Like Cliff Huxtable?
Like Cliff Clavin,
I guess that's a better one than
like
Huxtable.
Cliff Richards.
Cliff Lee.
Giles.
Yeah, it's a pompous name.
Harold. Kumar.
I see what you did there.
Harold and Cameron. Kamran.
K-A-M?
Maximilian.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a big one, Brent, not being used. Nigel. No,
Really?
No Nigels.
Well, there's not as many butlers anymore. I think that's part of it.
Quentin. Rashid.
Still waiting for Nigel.
Rhett. R-H-E-T-T.
Like Rhett Butler.
Saul.
Has anyone used Rhett since Rhett Butler?
And the last one, Wallace. I guess
And
no.
Gromit?
Oh, wow.
I guess the popularity of Wallace and Gromit's going down.
I didn't hear Adolf in there. Is that on the
Already-
rise?
That's already extinct.
Oh,
Is it?
That and Karen.
How about Espen?
Espen.
Didn't somebody do that ESPN? Like they put that?
What show did they have the Espen baby on?
The Espen baby.
Yeah, they not get Espen.
Speaking of sports, can we take a breath of silence here? Mr. Perfect, Tom Browning, the Reds pitcher, who threw a perfect game in 1988.
88 won the World Series with them in 90.
Yep, sat on the Cubs' apartment.
Across the street, watched the game when it wasn't his day to pitch.
He was fined $500. Breath of silence. Yeah, passed away suddenly at age 62, I think.
62.
Yeah. But yeah, Tom Browning, if you grew up in Cincinnati, was a huge, people loved him here. Great personality. You know, he left the 1990 World Series game without telling anybody because his wife was in labor.
I think he told somebody.
I think he told the like one of the clubhouse attendants.
You told the clubhouse guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't tell his team. He just left. And they might have needed him for game 2 because they were they were going to the bullpen.
It was going to look like it could go to extra innings.
Yeah. Until Joe Oliver hit that ball down the line. And who scored the run?
Billy Bates.
There you go, Billy Bates. And then,
That was the extent of Billy Bates's major league career.
you know what? It's a hell of a career, isn't it?
World Series ring.
Would you rather have the World Series ring or have a 10-year average career and not win anything?
I'll take the 10-year average career because I'll get the money from
Okay.
a
League minimum contract.
Okay.
And you'll get your pension, your health benefits, and all of that.
Yep.
After.
Okay.
Did Herm Winningham ever get his pension?
not his full pension, I don't think.
You got Sandberg's wife. That was a bonus, allegedly.
No, I think Winningham was one who was just like,
He was 4 days shy.
is that it?
Yeah. And then he
Crossed the picket
crossed
line.
the picket line in 94.
Yeah.
He wanted to get his 4 games in.
Yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't the way to get your 4 games in.
did not count. So, Tom Browning, Mr. Perfect. Not Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. He passed away a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, sad day in Cincinnati for that.
Now I'm trying to remember who it was. The A's during the Moneyball year. The
Billy
guy
B.
the guy they
Scott
cut.
Hatteberg.
No, not. It was the guy they cut to bring somebody onto the team. He got cut like 2 or whatever many days before he got his full pension, and it was towards the end of the season, so no one was looking to pick up somebody on the end of their career, and they could have easily just disabled him.
To get it.
Because he was kind of hurt, and it's like, just put me on. Because I saw an article about that maybe about a year back or something.
Was it Buddy Biancalana?
No, it wasn't Buddy Biancalana.
He almost caught up to Pete Rose in hits.
I want to say it was.
Was it one of the zombies?
Now it's before Giambi.
Was it Mark
No, it
McGuire?
was after Giambi's. They got. That was,
After the Giambis were in Oakland, yeah.
yeah. Well,
Jeremy?
the one,
But they were still playing.
Yeah. Yeah, but the one Giambi was... it wasn't the Giambi's being cut. They traded Jeremy during that season that takes place in the movie.
And Jason left free agency.
Yeah, he had already left.
Who played for the Yankees? Was that Jeremy?
Jason.
That's Jason.
Jason. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Both of them.
We have...
Jeremy was the one who doesn't know how to slide.
If he just slides, then Jeter can't tag him on the most spectacular average play ever.
You know what was a spectacular play? The Patriots passing the ball to the Vegas Raiders.
Oh, Jacoby Myers.
Did
doing
you
back-
really just bring that up, Jason?
Yep, just to see Jim's reaction. So hold on. That was the greatest stiff arm ever to Mac Jones.
It was a fantastic stiff arm. I would appreciate the GIF that the Dit Man made and put on our fantasy football.
Jim, did you lose because of that play?
That play netted the Raiders' defense
6 points?
7 points.
7 points?
I lost.
'Cause
I lost by 6.
You get a turnover and the touchdown.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
I lost by 6.
I will
In
say,
the playoffs, I'm now out. The guy who beat me, I traded my second-round draft pick 2 to get Nick Chubb from.
So, yeah, he traded away Chubb and then beat you in the playoffs.
Yes.
to be fair, I don't know what that was going on in that play. The Patriots, all they had to do was run it out, and they go to overtime.
Oh,
just
yeah,
fall down.
Yeah.
And then the best part is they're like, well, who was it? Jacoby, what?
Myers.
Myers. He's like, well, I saw Mac Jones open. And everybody online's like, Mac Jones isn't the athlete you want to pass that ball to, to run the ball.
the only one
There
who
was so many
saw.
things wrong
Yeah.
with that or that statement.
Yeah, but the pass was like 10 yards away from Mac Jones. So in his defense, Mac Jones didn't have a play on it.
And it was a
He
terrible
really thought
throw.
Jones still played. That was Chandler Jones.
Yeah.
He really thought he still played for the Patriots.
Well, he saw
Yeah.
Jones on the back of the jersey. Hey, there's Jones.
And then, let's face it, not many quarterbacks can tackle.
No.
How
Especially a
about
defensive end.
right? How about the Bengals? Tom Brady being 89-0 after being up, 17 points in his career?
Yep.
How about the only play,
At home.
Yeah, it's at home,
yes.
yes.
How about the only plays that were on the Bengals side of the 50 that quarter in the third quarter were Bengals kickoffs?
Yep.
How about Minnesota overcoming a 33-point deficit?
So, Matt Ryan now
Yeah.
holds the record for being on the quarterback on the team with the biggest comeback against in Super Bowl history and regular season.
I got more
But
stats
not
on that one.
playoff history.
We got more
That's
stats
still
on that
Frank-
one.
That was the biggest. The one that
Bills?
beat was 32. Was the Bills beating
Houston Oilers. I watched,
Former coach Frank
Yeah.
Reich led that charge.
This
Yeah.
is from number one fan Doug.
and it's kind of funny because I watched that. I know exactly where I was when I watched that and when I witnessed NFL history. And then with this one, I know exactly where I was when I watched this one. So I've watched the last two in the past 30 years that made history.
I'm saying William Blake because I remember watching the Oilers Buffalo game with one of my brothers and seeing them
Yeah.
come back.
You'd think something that historic would have happened against the Browns.
Yes, that's the only thing that's missing from the story.
So here's
Somehow the Browns are involved. We'll figure it out.
this is from number one fan Doug. Matt Ryan has not only been the quarterback for the largest lead lost in a Super Bowl and a regular season game, He's also lost the largest lead in an NFC championship game and an international game. Poor Matt.
That's just funny that Brady was the one that came back on Ryan, and then Brady had the same thing happen to him on the same weekend.
I will say being laid up because of this surgery sucks, but I'll tell you one thing. I saw probably some of the greatest football games of my life this weekend. Like, there were some damn good games. Even the Jacksonville-Dallas game was unbelievable. Like, it was great to just sit there and watch it.
What did I see? Brady was going in 8-1 against the Bengals.
Yep.
And then the only loss I remember was when the skies opened up when they were on a drive,
Yep.
and they couldn't. The visibility was 2 inches.
I remember
on a
that game,
downpour.
That was a rough game
You guys
to
were down
be in
there for
attendance
that?
for.
Dr. Dano's with us.
Yeah.
And Shively.
Yep, Shively.
So
Yeah.
switching news to some other exciting. I can't. What is it? Not breaking news, Brian. What is it?
You have words to say.
Universal and this is for Hollywood Reporter, where Jeff gets all of his news from. Universal and Amblin Entertainment have wasted no time in dating Lee Isaac Chung's Twisters, a follow-up to the classic 1996 film Twister. 30 years later, we're getting a sequel to a film that nobody cares about.
Who's going to be in it?
Twisters will...
Helen Hunt?
Oh, Solomon Grundy fall down.
2 of the main characters in that movie are dead.
Yeah.
Twisters will swirl into theaters July 19th, 2024. Let's see here. They have not said
They're going
who's
to
going
get
to be in
Helen
it.
Hunt. They're going to get Ian Ziering
And Tara Reid.
and Tara Reid.
Are there sharks involved?
We can only hope.
They did not say who it
Cameo.
stars. Does anybody fucking care about a Twister sequel? I mean, come on.
I didn't care about the first one.
I know. I mean, and I get it. Like, it was a popular movie, it made over $100 million and all that, but like, that was 30 years ago.
Was that the first movie ever released on DVD? I think that's the trivia thing about
Is it?
Twister.
The guy on our softball team, Matt, is really excited.
Is he a Twister fan?
Yes. He thinks it's the best movie ever made.
He
Why?
loves the movie, and he loves storm chasing.
I know someone else is probably really psyched about that.
But the thing is,
Yes, I do.
but like, it's Twisters. Like, why? Why are we doing this?
Or it's
They're
a
gonna
movie about the Milton Bradley game. Right Foot Blue.
Starring Mandy Rose.
No, it's going to be Helen Hunt and Bill Pullman. and play the same character that Bill Paxton played.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
Oh, they need to get Bill Pullman to play Bill Paxton's character in every sequel of every movie he's made.
Oh, man.
Get on this right now. Trademark it.
Trademark it. Trademark. Oh, Jeff, I will say,
Weird Science 2.
Damn it, Chet.
I meant to tell you this a week ago, Jeff. You were correct.
What?
I have to be honest here. You were correct. Superstore, not as good as I thought. I went back and watched Superstore, the TV series.
Oh, yeah.
Not as funny as I thought when I originally watched it. I think you were right.
I
It's
still enjoyed it.
enjoyable.
I still enjoyed it, but I don't. It's not.
It's not as good as I
didn't
thought.
think. Yeah, I didn't think it was as good as you said it was, but I still enjoyed it.
Enjoy it.
as a workworkplace comedy, especially
It's not as good as
working
Blockbuster.
in retail. Oh, Blockbuster.
What happened to Blockbuster, Jim?
Canceled after one season at Netflix.
Who would have thought Netflix canceled Blockbuster twice?
Netflix put Blockbuster out of business twice.
But the trailer looked bad on that one.
And I like the chaos.
Yeah, I did too.
I didn't watch it, so I'm part of the problem.
So many of
watched-
these shows that
I watched the
have-
first episode, and it really didn't get you into really want to watch more.
Do you think they made a mistake of taking place now as opposed to 1990?
Definitely.
Yeah.
This should have been, or even
Oh, they made it.
10 years ago. Like when they actually,
It was set in the present.
Yeah.
set in modern day.
2022.
2022.
It was the last blockbuster, is what they were basically making the show about.
Oh God.
Yeah, like nobody. Yeah, that's so. There's like, oh man, you got all these online streaming, but they don't give you the personal touch, and it's like, yeah, everybody hated that.
I don't care what.
I hate dealing with people.
I don't care what Leslie's favorite movies are,
Yeah.
or Nigel's, or
Yeah.
Brittany's.
After a weekend of being amongst many, many people, I hate it.
Well, you had a holiday party this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you all holidayed out?
No, I'm just peopled out.
Oh, okay.
How were those drug deals at the bar?
Uncomfortable.
Clients, drug clients.
Drug clients. Bar patrons.
Bar patrons.
They were very uncomfortable. But one of my bosses did get to experience Michael and his rage.
Ooh.
Which that was fun. Yeah.
But anyways, moving on.
Sorry. That was really just for me and Jim.
Yes.
Okay. Nobody got that. But
Anybody want to try a custard mochi?
let's
Yes.
wrap this up here. What are we doing? We got mochi. I'm not eating this, but I did eat that Oreo.
Oh, you did eat the Oreo?
Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't great.
It was fine. Your wife is sending you messages.
That's fine. Oh,
Jessica
hello.
says it's your bedtime, Jason, and we have to go home.
It's time to go home.
It's time to change your diaper.
She said truth. But this mochi, I'm getting
Time to
excited
change your
because it's
colostomy bag,
kiwi,
Jason.
it looks like.
What is this?
It is custard mochi. Custard wrapped in sweet rice dough, kiwi fruit flavored.
I love kiwis.
It is a Taiwanese. There's only 6 of them in here.
Oh, no.
Oh, you got
Looks
ripped
like
off.
looks like it's in a Lunchable pack.
It does have some good old silica packet in the bottom, so there's no.
Oh, I do not want one of these. We're going to keep my stomach calm here with this stuff. So
That's fine. More for everyone else.
before we wrap up, we can do this. But is there anything special anybody wants for Christmas this year that they want to get? No.
PlayStation 6.
Ooh,
Ooh, a 6. Wow, that
a
would be
sixth
impressive.
PlayStation or the PlayStation 6?
Yes.
Okay, just
Yeah.
checking.
But you know what's pretty funny is I'll share a quick story here under 2 minutes, I promise.
Okay.
You know, so my birthday was earlier this month.
Happy
and-
birthday.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
thank you,
Blake.
everybody. Thank you.
It wasn't on Facebook, so we did not know that.
That's correct because I don't have it on Facebook.
I messaged you.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Well, happy birthday, Blake.
Well, thank you. So, anyways, what's pretty funny is that I still share my Amazon, you know, with the wife and one of the kids. And so when they went to go buy my birthday gift that I recommended them they get me,
You got the email?
I got the email that there was a problem with the card that was being used. Because the expiration date had just recently passed. And so I was like, so I get the email notice. I'm like, oh, I'm getting the Lost City. And I'm like, you know, I'll just change it to my credit card and I'll just go ahead and push it through. So I was like, hey, that was pretty funny. I opened my gift. Hey, this is awesome. Thank you very much. And I
do
also
we
wanted to say I paid for it too, but I'm not going to tell. But I'm not going to tell
birthday to
you.
me.
Happy birthday to me.
I am very skeptical of this.
This stuff looks
should be.
nasty. This looks awful.
Well, it's not terrible.
It's put that on the poster.
It has 0 flavor.
Jim, that looks like the most disgusting thing ever.
yeah. Now we're chewing on Mike. It's a big chewy glob of no flavor.
Nothing.
There is
Here, give it to my son.
Yeah,
He's
Connor,
he's
get
in
in
the
here.
green room. Hey, buddy, come here. Try this. Here we
Wow,
go.
why is it?
I can't eat
Why
anything,
is it
so
like
you try.
juice? Like why is juice? Like what is this liquid?
Well, that's
If you eat those, you can eat these.
If you eat that, you can eat this. There you go.
You're
Dr.
supposed
Inch?
to give it to him after he eats the first.
My son making his on-air appearance here.
But there is a hint of
There's
lime
something in the
flavor.
middle, so you got to get to the middle.
Brian, how is it?
Tastes like bland sushi.
Awful.
Is this what sushi tastes like?
No.
No wonder I never ate it.
Where's the
Ugh.
box?
And what's this called again? Mochi.
Custard mochi.
He
Custard
took a nibble and threw it away.
Hey, get those cookies back.
Give me the cookies.
kiwi fruit. It's kiwi fruit.
It doesn't taste a thing like kiwi.
How many
It
calories?
tastes like a hint of lime.
97.
Oh, that's not too bad
Well,
for
the
the
last time I actually ate a kiwi, I ate it and I'm like, there's no flavor in this. And then I was sick for 4 days from COVID. Joke. joke.
To be
Good.
fair, you were eating a raw potato, not actually a kiwi.
Creed.
I mean, except for the texture, I feel like I just had a chicken finger from Raising Cane's.
You do not like Raising Cane's, do you?
I don't hate it. It has no flavor. I mean, how can you hate it? It's food.
It's like a flavorless gelatinous ball.
What, Raising Cane's or this, Blake?
It was like eating a stress ball.
Yes. That is
With less chewing resistance.
wow. So this one was a fail.
don't make me
Moki
laugh.
was a fail. Oh, well, now I need to move back to Jolly Ranchers.
Go back to the real gummies.
Okay, moving on. So that's this week's episode. Great top 5 this week, Jim. I think we did top 5 food tasting.
Do we get 5
No.
in?
Nah.
Almost.
We got
1,
the
2, 3, 4.
We need one more.
Hurry up. We got to hurry. What we got?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch or one of these Doritos?
Don't do the Doritos until I'm able to eat those.
Cinefuego.
Cinefuego Toast Crunch. Oh,
So
wow.
like this is like flaming hot cinnamon toast crunch.
Yup, that's
I wish you would have told me
Cinnamon.
that while I still had water.
Cinnamon fire.
It's limited edition.
If this tastes like Fireball, I'm gonna punch somebody.
It is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Okay. Can I pick?
It was 50% off.
You're going to pick those? Okay. Brian, can I have that box there for the mochi?
You're going to open it? You're going to save it for next time.
How about this?
Our top 5 is we have to try 5 new things.
There it is. Blake, you better get a workout in tomorrow.
I had one today. I got one tomorrow. So there you go.
Oh, you didn't try the sour bear or whatever that
The
was.
Pig.
Pigs.
Okay, so
Pigs.
what is that? What is this again?
Oh,
It's very cinnamon. It's red hot. Is the smell.
Brian, you okay?
I just smelled them, and
I take it you
I'm-
hate red hots.
It smells like a red hot.
This is
You're right.
Cinefuego Toast Crunch.
Back close to me and I almost died.
Here's the best part. It's a 50% off bag, too. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's good.
I saw this today.
Marked down.
Cinefuego Toast Crunch. So is this like, would you put this on cereal or is it
No,
like
it
a
is
snack?
cereal.
It is cereal.
Oh my God. What the hell's wrong with our world? Why are we making this?
I'm so mad at something.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
red hots.
How is it?
Hot.
Why?
Why?
It's like the red hot
Who would
candy on Toast Crunch.
Just throw
cereal.
some red hots into a bowl of milk.
But you don't get the crunch to it.
No. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Okay, now our top 5 is top 5 crap we tried today. What's everybody's number 5? Mine's the Moki.
Moki.
I like the Moki better than this.
Not even close.
At least the Moki doesn't burn.
So
This
5
is a
being
good
the
one.
worst.
Yes, 5 being the worst.
I'm gonna Hobie this one.
You're not going to have your floor is going to be your Mountain Dew Zero.
Yes. Yeah, the Moki was awful. This is 4, not good.
Cinefuego's 4.
Cinefuego's
Like-
4.
What's 3?
I think I'm actually going to put the sour pigs at 4.
Okay.
I can eat the rest of the sour pigs.
I mean, they're not terrible, but I actually like the Cinefuego.
So what number would Cinefuego?
3.
Jeff, you can take that back home with you.
Woohoo!
Merry Christmas,
I
Jeff.
even add milk to it. And
What else we got?
With milk, it might be different.
Might not be as
I'm assuming
Strong.
will help
Cinnamon-y.
cool it down.
Yeah. What's your number 3, Jim?
I'm going to do the sour gummy pigs.
Okay.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
Number 2?
Number 2, I'm going to go with the Penguinios. The
And number 1 being the Oreo?
Number 1 being the Oreos.
Number 1's the Oreo for me because that's the only thing I eat.
I'm gonna go Oreo 2, Penguinos 1.
I think I'm the same with Brian on that one.
I'm going Oreo 1.
Penguinos 2.
No, Penguinos 3.
What's number 2 for you?
The thing he didn't eat.
The
pigs.
The Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Jolly Rancher's number 1
I just
for
want to
me.
upset the numbers.
I did have a small listener feedback.
Okay.
Small
that we-
insinuates that they're vertically challenged.
I have words to say
Okay.
from someone who listens to
I
us.
do not appreciate that language as being somebody who is.
I apologize for trivializing the
I'm 5'8". Okay.
smaller
I'm
people.
about to say, I have words to say. Doesn't that trivialize the mute people in the world?
Yep.
Ableist language.
Try again, Brian.
You have an opinion?
I know I can't say that.
He's repeating
Somebody
someone
sent
else's.
in something.
Someone told me to
There-
to
There were words that were typed out and forwarded to me,
and this is what they were.
and these are the words that were typed out and sent to me.
Okay, what is it?
Every week we talk about the Jolly Ranchers,
Yes.
but we've never reviewed them.
Okay.
So we it was just like a thing. Like, what are you guys always eating every week?
Oh, the review's easy. 10.
Yeah.
We love them.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
We
I
got
buy
Jolly Rancher gummies and Jolly Rancher gummies
sour
with
gummies.
sour.
Yeah.
Sour gummies are my favorite of the two. So
I
they're
agree, but sometimes
they
you
go
need
up
to
to an
change.
11.
Oh,
The gummies are perfection.
I buy a 5-pound bag of each of these once a month for us. That's how much we love them.
Yes.
all right.
Titles for the show?
Well, no, I got
the
one.
Pez.
And I have one more in
Thing
my
that-
top
oh.
5. I will actually Hobie the Sour Pigs with this Mountain Dew Fruit Quake,
So that's number 3.
number 3.
So the Fruit Quake is better for you than the Cinefuego
And the mochis.
and the Mochis.
Yes.
My Mountain Dew Zero Sugar was, I hobied it with the Pinguinos.
Jeff, what'd you have?
I'm going to throw out. I have a nominee
Okay.
for Canadian of the Year.
Who is that?
I am nominating Brian.
Wow.
For 5-pound bag.
5-pound bags
every month.
every month.
Wow.
That's one hell of a brand
I'll be honest.
all year.
There's going to
And-
be some competition in that the Brian Dr. Dana household.
There might be, but
Do we,
and this is someone who got promoted twice this year on
In
the
the year.
podcast.
That was the other Brian Hour. He was the one promoted twice.
Ryan Howard was promoted 3 times.
Yes.
can't win with you guys. You people.
Hey, I'm nominating you, not Brian Hour.
Oh,
So
thank
is
you.
that going to be a category Best Brian?
No, yeah, we'll do that. Scab Jeff is not winning
I think
that.
we should take that over Best Morris
Yes.
because we've had that the last couple.
Yeah, I give you that. Best Brian.
Best Brian.
Yeah.
We're hoping to do the floppy next week.
Well, I might vote for Brian Blessed for that.
If we don't do the floppy next week, it'll be
Brian Dennehy.
he's dead.
Do you have to be alive to be the best
no,
Brian?
no.
Only because First Blood is the best Christmas movie ever.
So we may do the
Panther.
floppies next week, or it might be the following week. We're still working on that.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on how much.
Since Jason can't stay healthy, we have
Yeah.
to throw our podcast in turmoil, and
I apologize. You probably could have come over last week.
our calendar is in chaos right
You
now.
know, we probably should have just come over to the studio.
My wife will let you in.
She was at the hospital with you.
Not Tuesday night. She came home. She came home Tuesday night.
Or what about Sunday afternoon? You could have been upstairs. We just could have come down here.
You guys could have, to be
Sunday
honest
is
with
Christmas.
No,
So-
last
Sunday when we
should
were
have
originally
come.
planned.
gave me my
Last
heart.
Christmas.
you. And you gave me my heart.
Well, Whamageddon.
Gave us your gallbladder.
Titles for the
I've
show.
not heard.
Ah.
I think
Titles
there's- I've got 2 things written down, but I think there's such
Okay.
an obvious title that
Okay, go ahead.
I've got. Look at that Jeff on your face,
Okay.
That's a good one though.
and I have words to say.
I was going to say I have words to say.
I also wrote down I have words to say.
Okay.
It's time to change your colostomy bag. Hobie, huge in Japan.
Yeah, they're small. They're little people.
It's like eating a stress ball.
I like that one.
That one.
And Hobie trivializes those who are historians.
I think we just put that on our.
Ooh, that's our new tagline.
That's a good tagline. I like that.
That's the new tagline.
Yeah.
After what was this year's was
Bodies for.
this year's was
No.
Cincinnati's most prolific
Prolific entertainment
Yep.
podcast.
Yep. Jimmy, got anything?
See,
No, I
that's
didn't
why
write
I'm
them down.
nominating you for
Thanks for the paper.
for Canadian.
I didn't either.
It is just an honor to be nominated.
I do have now with less gallbladder.
Yeah, there is. There.
Oh yeah, I would have had that, but
We didn't have paper.
at the time.
Oh, okay. So, what
Only
was your
3 people in here have gallbladders.
hey, Blake? I feel oppressed.
Yeah.
But I have no tonsils, so
I'm tonsillless.
Am I the only one that has
I have
tonsils?
tonsils still.
I don't have tonsils.
All right.
So, what are we doing?
2 tonsils, 3 gallbladders.
well, two pairs of tonsils.
Yeah.
So 4 tonsils.
2 sets of
Where,
tonsils.
where are we sitting with wisdom teeth?
I've
Wisdom
got
teeth
all
are
my
out.
wisdom teeth.
Oh wait, I do.
None.
Yeah. I don't have
had
wisdom
one
teeth.
and I got pulled.
Yeah, I don't have wisdom teeth.
I don't either. Jeff's the only one with wisdom.
Okay. Wow.
That's why.
Oh, they'll end up being pulled probably soon.
That's
'cause-
why he should go on Jeopardy.
I lost on Jeopardy.
Get my wisdom teeth pulled. No,
I would pay for the dental. Pay for the dental bill.
My wisdom teeth get pulled.
Okay, so what are we doing for title?
I assumed I have words to say.
I have
was
words
going
to say.
Be the
It was I have words to say, or the one that Brian had about feels like chewing a stress.
It's like eating a stress ball. Either one.
I like that it's like eating a stress ball. What do you guys say? But the words is a good one too.
I have
I think
words
I
to
have
say.
words to say fits as a title.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, we ready? Sound good in there? All right, cool. All right, Alan Sherman, 12 Days of Christmas parody for History of Bad Ideas, take 1. On the first day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me a Japanese transistor radio. On this, what? Really? All right. Okay, all right, I can do it, okay. Alan Sherman, 12 Days of Christmas parody for History of Bad Ideas, take 2. On the first day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me a History of Bad Ideas IOU. On the second day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me green polka dot pajamas and a History of Bad Ideas. What? Really? Well, that too? Okay, all right. All right, okay, we'll take it from the top again. All right, Alan Sherman, 12 Days of Christmas parody for History of Bad Ideas, take 3. On the first day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me a History of Bad Ideas IOU. On the second day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me 2 IOUs and a History of Bad Ideas IOU. It's a Nakashima. On the third day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me a calendar book with the name of my insurance man, 2 IOUs and a... Now what? Are you serious? They didn't get the calendar book... Okay, all right, fine. All right, can you just dub this in? Just dub this in. I don't want to start from the beginning again, okay? All right, cool. Let's see, where am I? Okay, yeah. 3 IOUs, 2 IOUs, and a History of Bad Ideas IOU. It's better than money. On the 4th day of Christmas, Hobie gave to me... Are you... Really? Nothing? Not the whole thing? I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing this song for then? All right, fine. You know what? I'm done. Let's just get this over with, okay? 12 IOUs, 11 IOUs, 10 IOUs, 9 IOUs, 8 IOUs, 7 IOUs, 6 IOUs, 5 IOUs, 4 IOUs, 3 IOUs, 2 IOUs, and a History of Bad Ideas IOU.